everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here at Prime Media Place for our special EWN debate on the Marikana report. But who can ever forget the events of August 2012? And of course, not just August the 16th, when the 34 miners died, but of course the run-up to that day as well. Tensions were mounting in a way that South Africa has not seen for many years. And August 2012 will go down as a black month in the history of our country. Last week, President Jacob Zuma finally released the long-awaited report. And of course, we are here today with our panelists and with our audience to discuss and debate that report. Our panelists this morning include, we have AMCU leader Joseph Mathunjwa, former General Secretary of COSATU's Zwelinzima Vavi, the lawyer who represented the arrested and injured mine workers Darlene Polfu, and of course the ISS's Gareth Newman. Joining us a little bit later on, we've got NUM's Media Liaison Officer, and that is Makom Matu, and he'll be joining us in a while.
The Commission did find that the violent nature of the strike was a problem. So during the Commission, Comrade Mpofu kept on saying that when AMCU members marched to the NUM office, that was a game changer. And the Commission did find that the game changer was when strikers enforce violence through intimidation.
AMCU never marched to your office. Your members marched to you after being directed by Lone Min to say your office know about your increment. So where was AMCU then? If the workers suggest that their salaries agreed or the increment agreed is no longer meeting their daily needs, it is incumbent of the union to go back to the employer.
As long as these big fish, these politicians, they are the BE partners in this mining, we are not going to sign that, because we knew for sure that leading to the massacre, Deputy President was highly involved. He put pressure to Nathi Mthethwa. Nathi Mthethwa put pressure to Pierre, and subsequent, the workers were killed. So if we still having the politicians who are the shareholders, non-executive in this mine, they will continue protect the new liberal economy policies, of which they are gaining what they call it the BE, Black Economical Empowerment, that only benefits their only families, not the workers. But when the student removed the head of Cecil Rhodes, Blatant demand, they said is long overdue. But when the workers uproot the legacy that starved them to date, they are saying they must be killed. What nonsense. Thank you very much.
And are you saying right now that these 34 deaths could have been totally avoided?
It could have been totally avoided, really.
We need independent unions. We need militant unions that are focused around the interest of their own members, instead of considering other political matters as more important than the interest of those members.
We don't want another Marikana. We are calling for the unity of the workers.
Gareth Newman, ISS.
Well, we really want to ensure that in the short term, as a matter of urgency, only the best possible experienced men and women with integrity run that organization, because they will be able to put the systems in place to ensure that all police officers get properly trained, get the guidance they need, and are there to serve all people.
Suspend all those colours and anodate with immediate effect, and the government should look at how do they transform the economic policies that will happen to benefit the majority of the people of South Africa.
Can we get right people for the jobs and stop this cadre development that is completely being discredited by getting people who have no idea of what they are being appointed for?
But for South Africa, I think closure will only come when we address the issues of economic inequality, which are really fundamentally at the root of all this. Because, for the majority of South Africans out there, every day is Marikana. Every day is Marikana for them. Thank you.
And with that, we end it there. I thank you, our audience, for joining us today. Thank you to our panelists for the really incisive comments and the analysis and the critique of the Marikana report. Hopefully we can go forward. The story hasn't ended, not by a long shot. We have a long way yet to go. I'm sure you'll all agree. But I thank you very much for joining us today. Let's give our panelists a round of applause.